you ready?
Yep. Okay. Hi, families. Mrs. Strum and I are teaming up to do some math problem solving with my kids, and we need your help. We need to get ideas from you in order to do some real life problem solving in class. So I'm going to let Jessica explain that a little bit, and then you'll hear from me later.
Okay, so you're going to create story cards at home with your child. So here's the deal. What is a story card? It's basically just a piece of cardboard or cardstock in which you put some kind of background on it. And so here I started thinking about what would I do if I was a parent having to do this? And the idea is that you're looking back into your own family's culture. What is something that your family does that would be exciting to your child, that would be fun and interesting to your child? So I look at, we spend a lot of time at the pool in the summer. So I made a pool. And then another part of this is that you have little pieces that are the same thing, so multiple of the same thing, that the student can move things around and use to count and add. And so I made little swimming, what do we call those? The tubes that you swim in, right? So I made a bunch of those, different colors, but a bunch of them that now students can use. So in class, they're going to do things like this. So maybe they're talking about a problem like 3 + 2. Well, they can get out 3 yellow and 2 red, put them on there, and they can talk about what does that make. And so, so this is how Mrs. Cook is going to use it in class, is they're going to play around with this. So we really want it to be something that is fun and unique to your child. As I was thinking about this more and I finished this, I decided it wasn't unique enough to my family. We have tons of family that go swimming and play with the tubes and things like that. So then I started thinking, what more could I have done? What different could I have done that would be even more unique to my family? And so I started thinking about this is actually not quite obvious, but my Norwegian grandmother taught me how to make something called kringle. And kringle looks like these little figure 8s or infinity signs. And it's not something everybody does. So to my kids, when they talk about kringle, it's super exciting to them because it's unique to their lives and unique to their family culture. So I decided to do kringle. But kringle doesn't have an exciting background. So I just put some Norwegian rose modeling on the background. And I used some pipe cleaners to create the figure 8s to look like that. But again, you want something that you're going to have multiple of, so then you can create these different number sentences. So here again, I showed that it's 3 + 2, yep. So kids can be working with them.
Jessica, what were some of the ideas that we had last year? I'm just thinking back. I know one was going to the ice cream shop,
right?
The ice cream cones they bought. Yep. One was ice fishing.
We had ice fishing. That was a 3D one. Ice fishing. There was another one at the cabin, fishing. Yep. Off the dock.
Out four-wheeling with family. Right. Was one. So there's a lot of different ways to portray something your family does together.
Yep. There's a Mario Kart one. That was a cool one. So there's a lot of different fun things, but it's going to be really important though that you think about what's unique to your family, what's special to your family, because when your student or your child is using this in class, we want them to be excited to use it. We want them to to enjoy looking at it and using it, and to even share it with their classmates.
And they do share. They usually take over. They're on the overhead and the clever touch, and they kind of lead the conversation.
Right. So, make something that's that they're proud of. So another important thing about this, though, I know a lot of times when we do projects with our kids, it's about let the kid do it, things like that. But we're actually really asking that the parent creates this, that the artwork is the parents. And that it's done by the parent, but we do want it to be kid approved. So, as you're making it, talk to your child about it, or maybe come up with the idea with your child. What do you find is really important with our family? What do we do that's really special and important? And make sure your child knows what it is you made. If my kids didn't eat kringle or do anything with kringle, that wouldn't make much sense to them. So you want to make sure that the kids are involved enough, but you are the one creating it. So let's talk about the creation of them.
Yep. We will send home a blank white storyboard for you. It's kind of a nice thick little paper to use. It's not very big. If you have supplies at home, awesome, wonderful, use them. If you need supplies, we have some available for you. And are we going to run through those?
We will run through
them. So what I'm going to do is I'll send home a paper list of the supplies. And if you need supplies from us, I want you to highlight them or check them and tell me how many. And then if you could have that back into me by Tuesday, the 19th, that would give us time to get them together for you in Ziplocs and send home. And we'll just run through these quick. This is what we have here that we could send home for you.
But look around your house, be creative. What are some things that you guys have around your house that you can use? But when you do request something, like if you're going to request these tiny pom-poms, you know, if you know you just need the black ones, let us know that, so we're not sending you home a bunch of different colors. that
And
you don't
about how
want.
many?
Yeah, and about how many you'll need. As far as that question, you know, one of the questions is how many of those little pieces do I need to make? A good number is 12. But if you can only get 8, go for it. I mean, we're not going to be too picky. We want more than 3 though.
Yep.
So that you want enough that they can make a bunch of different number sentences, things like that.
So whatever you decide to do it on, just think about the manipulatives. You have to have some numbers to deal with.
Right. Yep.
Okay. If you could please, it'd be great to have all these projects in by the end of January, but if you get it done sooner, please send them in because we'll start with them right away. And then once kids see how we use them, I guarantee they'll be coming home to you and begging to get yours done.
All right, that's the end.
Okay,
All right.
thanks.
Let us know if you have questions.